There's two ways to access the utilities screen. A, you can press the utilities button. Alternately, at any time when you're at your main control screen, you can press in the center of the screen and it'll come right to the utilities menu. That's for quick access. The reason we have quick access to the utilities screen is because we have an option here called waiting time. Some people refer to it as dwell time. So the machine will run as fast as its slowest process. So if you have a 10-second flash, and that's longer than any print stroke, anything else on the machine, you're going to have a 10-second pallet-to-pallet cycle time. If that's too fast for the operator, they can introduce an additional waiting time on top of that. So they could add 5 seconds. So if we were cycling the machine and it was ready to cycle in 10 seconds because of a 10-second flash, it's now going to wait an additional 5 seconds, giving it a 15-second index time. Once at the utilities, you can also reset your two counters. These are the same counters that are located on your main control screen. And then also from the utilities menu, we can access 6 different areas of the machine. Alarms, release the star, detectors, move squeegee, programs, and connections. The alarms button provides two things. A, it gives you a place to go to reset an alarm, and it also tells you what the alarm is. In this case, we have two. We have a low pressure sensor, and we also have squeegee out of position. If I reset for squeegee out of position, I hit clear, and it's going to clear that alarm. At this point, I'm ready to reinitialize the machine and start printing again. The release star button, you can also refer to it as release carousel. In Portugal, they call this the star. In the United States, we typically call it the carousel. If your pallets are locked into position and you need to move them, you hit release star, and now they'll move freely. Once again, to initialize them, you wait for the green light by centering the pallet and hitting start, and the start will lock the star in position. Move squeegee is our next button. If you're getting ready to set up a job, you don't have screens and squeegees in, and you want to make sure that all your print carriages are in the proper starting position. In other words, for plastisol, we like them at the machine side. Any print head that you have turned on, so in this case we have print head number 1 turned on, if I use move squeegee, it's going to actually move the squeegee in the opposite direction that it currently is in. You can keep touching that and it's just going to move the squeegee continually. If all your print carriages are in different positions, you'll probably do this 2 or 3 times, because the first will cycle them all one direction, and then they'll coordinate and then all cycle back to the machine. If one's already in the outer position and it's cycling the rest of them, it won't do that one until they're all in the same position to cycle. So again, that simply moves your squeegee forward and back. On the newest ROQs on the XLs, we have a different transmission system on the motors. A lot of times operators just like to manually move the carriages into their position instead of using this function.